Is there any bad things about it? Let me have a look. What is there bad about it? I think... My name is Andy Hornby, photographer and vlogger. 17 years ago I started teaching myself photography. Today I travel the UK as a professional wedding photographer, landscape photographer and filmmaker. Learn from my experiences, my mistakes and my tips and advice. How sunny is that? Okay, hope everyone's having a really good day, and I want to thank you for joining me on another video. If you're new, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Yeah, look at this. It's a lovely day. It's going to be bright there, look. I'm actually down on Cam's Hall estate in Fareham. It's a lovely place. Building's just behind me there, look. Really nice. And this video is in response to everyone saying, you know, what's your favourite thing about this new camera? And I've got 3 favourite things I like about this. You know, I've got lots more potentially, but 3 main ones. So I just wanted to clarify how much I actually really like this camera, because it's just really good. The quality of videos I've been pumping out the last couple of days have been really good, and over the last week I've not had any issues at all with this camera. Not that I'd expect to, it's a brand new camera, but you know, this kind of video needs to go out, I suppose, and let you know what I think of my favourite things about this camera and what are potentially not my favourite things. So I've got 3 things that I really like, and I've got 3 things that I don't like so much, but to be honest they're not really a big deal. Let's get into this. Okay, I think the first one has to be the 4K functionality in this camera is pretty amazing to me, because I shoot a lot of vlogs and I've never had the ability to shoot in 4K for my vlogs. Just gonna add a little bit more flair to my videos, because I can shoot B-roll and vlogs in 4K, and I've not been able to do that before. It's always been 1080p on the Canon 70D. Everyone nowadays is on the kind of mobile grind, and most mobiles nowadays will play 4K video. You know, 4K TV is massive now. Everyone's computers are 4K monitors, so it makes that kind of sense to take that leap. I'd always prefer, you know, getting good video rather than, you know, good video content rather than 4K video. It's not always been about that, but the fact that I can now shoot that in my vlogs, I'm really happy with that. So that's number 1. Number 2 is the video time. Now, until recently, licensing laws, I think it's licensing laws for stills cameras, have only allowed the manufacturers to enable video shooting for 30 minutes. So after 29 minutes and 50 odd seconds, your camera would just shut off, no warning, just go off, the video just shut down, and you'd have to start it again manually. With this camera, however, I think the laws have changed, and they've managed to allow for continuous video for as long as your battery will allow for. The problem downside with that will come later when I talk about batteries, is that the batteries don't actually last that long, but it kind of sets up for longer shooting, and you don't have to worry too much about the camera. I think that's a good deal, and I think that's going to appeal to quite a few people. You know, when you're doing video work, you don't have to worry too much. You can plonk the camera down, let it go, you know, not worry too much that it's gonna shut off after 29 minutes. I think I've got so many things I like about this camera, but I think my 3rd one is the integrated intervalometer. Actually, I've done a few time lapses. I've done a time lapse a couple of days ago in the morning at Spinnaker Tower when it was misty and foggy, and the fact that I could just plonk this down, it's already in intervalometer mode, hit the button, bosh, gone. I don't have to fumble around in my bag for my off-camera shutter release, and potentially I forgot that, so sometimes I've had to take time lapses with my finger every 3 seconds like that. Don't have to worry about it anymore. It's literally in camera. And the best thing about that is that in a few months time Sony is saying that the firmware update for the A7 III that I've got will have that too, which is a massive win for me. Yeah, that's got to be on my list of things that I like best about this camera. So they're the 3 things I like best. There are more, but they're the 3 things I probably like better than the other stuff. You know, I could talk about this camera all day long, but have a look at some of my other videos. So I've now got to think about 3 things that I like least about this camera. They're not bad things. I just want to tell you about the 3 things that I like least. The first one is the batteries. Obviously it's a really small camera body. They're using the old batteries that they used in the A7 II series and the A6500, the A6300, you know, the same batteries. They don't last very long, but I have been told, this is the caveat to the reasons I don't like this, actually it's not bad in this camera. I thought it would be a lot worse. I've been told that the new processor is more efficient, so the battery lasts a bit longer than it would potentially in my A7R II. From the time-lapse video I did the other day, I did something near to 900 shots, which took me about 45 minutes. And considering the camera is pretty much on, and you know, the shutter is being released every 3 seconds or so, it only used half a battery, which I was quite impressed with that actually. I thought it would have depleted the battery at least to 75%, but no, half a battery left. And it was a really cold day actually when I got back to where I was going, and the camera warmed up because I never take the camera out of the bag straight away. Turned the camera on, it actually bumped up to about 60% on the battery, so I didn't lose as much as I thought I had actually on location. A better battery, we'd like one, we can't get one because the body's too small, I realised that. So it's not a bad thing, but it is probably on the low end of my good list, I suppose. The second thing which I have to mention, because pretty much everyone's mentioned that, is the flippy uppy screen. I think we would have preferred a flippy outy screen. Sony, you know, it's nice to have a flip screen so I can see what I'm doing now. I'm up there looking at myself, which is great. I like it. Flippy out would be better because I could then mount the mic on top. Wouldn't have to buy a separate little sort of it's like a little metal bar that I've put a little hot shoe on. And yeah, but it's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker for me. I actually don't like the mechanism of the flippy up screen. It's all very mechanical. When you look at things like what Canon are doing with their little twist and turn and pull out, it just feels a lot nicer. This is very, there's a lot of metal behind there. If you ever look at it and you open it up, it's like a metal Z clamp almost. I just feel it's a lot going on. I don't know whether they could have done anything better. I'm not an engineer. I don't know. I don't know. It's again, it's not a deal breaker for me. I've got my mic off to the side. I can see myself, so I'm happy. It just is what it is. You know, that's the second worst good thing. Whatever. So I'm trying to think of a third bad thing about this. I don't know. Another thing that some people have mentioned, I'd like to have seen more custom buttons. I haven't done a lot of shooting stills with this camera yet. I've done a few bits and pieces, but maybe a few more custom buttons would be nice. It'd be nice to be able to interact with the camera a lot easier. The menu systems on Sony, we know, are notoriously bad to navigate. They do have a custom menu you can set up, which I've now set up in this. I'm going to show you how I've set that up in another video, because you can set up really easy. And the idea is, you know, from going from a landscape shoot potentially to a portrait shoot, there are things in the settings I need to change and need to do. If I'm, you know, like my intervalometer now, I've actually put that in the custom menu so I can get to it a lot quicker. I don't have to search through the menu, because it's just in a place where just keep going past it and past it and past it in the menu, and just don't see it. It's at the bottom of one of the menus. I think it's menu 3 in the first set. Things like formatting cards. I'm always formatting my cards. I never keep anything on a card. So that's about it. You know, they're not bad things. It's not a massively bad thing. Okay, custom buttons. I've got a custom menu, so you know it's a few clicks more. they're not deal breakers. I can't find anything really wrong with this camera. They're just 3 not as good as other things. Does that make sense? So I'm pretty much going to leave it there. If you're new to my channel and you're looking to buy potentially this camera, the A6400, drop me a subscribe and hit the notification button so you get updates every time I upload a new video. I've got a lot of review videos of this camera on my channel already. There will be more. Stick around. If you got anything out of this video at all, hopefully you like this as much as I do, so you can't really find anything wrong with it. Slap a thumbs up on it. A thumbs up really help my videos. They help them get noticed. Yeah, keep shooting and I'll see you on another one. Take it easy, bye.